I remember my diagnosis as if it was yesterday. I felt like I was in the loneliest place in the world. I remember silence, and I remember looking out the window, and the weather that day was horrific. I just saw two droplets of rain on the window pane racing each other to the bottom, and that was where my concentration was at. And I asked the doctor for a pill or some medicine or a prescription, and I will be out your hair. And he said, there's nothing for you. Nothing can be done. But now we're in so much more of a better place. Muscular Dystrophy UK is way in advance in research. And so I feel extremely lucky and grateful that I'm now being able to tell my story and to tell more people we have hope and we have potential treatments on the horizon, and we actually have treatments within patients now. So awareness and funds are imperative.
Josie was diagnosed when she was 4.5. We knew from about 18 months that there was something not quite right. But she used to fall over a lot, and she was very unstable on her feet. Why do you need the wheelchair, Poppet?
Because my legs get tired.
They do, don't they? Mm-hmm. Everything that we take for granted, you know, she needs help with.
Accessibility in the current world is not good enough. Josie's condition and muscular dystrophy affects the whole body, from walking to picking up a pencil to eating to getting out of bed. And the fact is that when you go through a town, a city, a village, it's not accessible.
No.
You know, they might have a accessible toilet, but that won't always cater for Josie's needs. It will not have a sensor tap, for example. And for someone with a muscular dystrophy, it's going to be very hard to turn a tap on, whether that's a turn, whether that's a push or a lever. But we hope the garden at the Chelsea Flower Show highlights some of that need to be accessible, whether it's outdoors, indoors, whether it's in the countryside, whether it's in a town or a city. The aim is to raise the awareness that actually things need to be made much more accessible for a portion of society.
It was really important to create a space that feels safe and almost acts like a sanctuary. So the idea was to make a forest atmosphere accessible, but also clinicians and families of those who have MD. We will have more than 50 trees in our garden, which is really amazing, and I'm super excited about that. When people walk in, they will be able to see the canopy, and I hope that it will be quite a magical experience in that sense. We designed the paths of the garden to be very smooth, so that people who have mobility issues or are in wheelchairs could use and access the whole of the garden. In a way, we're trying to bring the forest to people and make it as accessible as possible.
She does love to be outside, and we've got an outdoor wheelchair for her, so she can go off-road, so we can go over the fields, because that was a big drawback for us.
I'm chasing.
Muscular Dystrophy UK helped more than 110,000 people who have one of 60 conditions of muscular dystrophy. I hope people come and see how important high-quality outdoor spaces are, and how great it would be if every clinical facility would have an outdoor space like that.
Project Giving Back is not just providing a garden at Chelsea, it's so much more than that. The relocation of the garden will be going to a place in Oxford where people receive a diagnosis, and also in the same space we have scientists and researchers doing microscope work, incredible work, to find treatments and cures for people living with a muscle wasting or weakening condition. People will be able to enjoy it and have a space to go to contemplate and think about diagnosis. And people will find out all about that just through this garden and the relocation of the garden.